Hello, viewers. This is Michael from Screen Reviews, bringing you a new podcast to my subject the Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to be too hot during this our podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And also, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. If you're under 18, but if you're over 18, that means you got to watch this audio podcast recorded. Now, with this and everything else out the way, let's get into the latest episode of Gozyuger. So basically, the episode picked up when it last off. We see Fire Candles had took the Shikin. So basically, Fire Candle took the Shinkanger ring from Oto, and Oto passed out. But once the ring got took, once the ring, got taken by Fire Candle, Oto passed back out, into a coma. So basically, Son Eno, Machino, and Howard looking horrible as Fire King came Chicken Red, and basically use his new chicken powers to escape from the Rangers. So basically, How and Machino was about to attack Fire Candle, but Fire Candle used the power of Chicken Red, origami, his symbol power, his origami symbol power to force Hao and Machado back in order to escape with the Sheep Changer ring. Bad enough that happened, we see a person in a gray hood shows up, and basically it turns out this person has gray eyes, and it ends up kidnapping Odo. So basically, the man with gray eyes shows up and kidnaps Odo, and basically, and Son Eno was not happy about this, and basically, she was kind of in a designated state after seeing the man with gray eyes, seeing the man with gray eyes again kidnap his sister. So anyway, so basically, so basically, Spider Cannon was so basically back at the number one world. Spider Cannon was celebrating his victory of him. Him taking the Shinkanger ring and whatnot, and basically bragging to Miss Sweet Cake, Mr. Shiny Knife, and Miss Bouquet about him, like, hey, I love the Shinkanger ring. You're like, basically, basically bragging about his triumph of taking the Shinkanger ring from Sansumi, from Sansumi, from from Go to Unicorn sister or whatnot. So anyway, 7 days later, we see the Rangers set for Sansumi. It's been 7 days since the other Rangers see Sansumi. Now Sansumi has been MIA, looking for his sister, looking for the Great Eye Man who took her sister again and whatnot. And basically, and Ryoga said that maybe the Tegazord can take back the shit came away from Fire Candle. And basically, well, it doesn't work like that. So basically, Machino gave us our idea how the Sentai rings work. So basically, the Sentai rings, it doesn't matter. So basically, the Sentai rings, they choose the person, not so all the Sentai rings choose the person to wear their power. So basically, it doesn't matter. So basically, whoever the ring chooses, whoever the ring chooses, makes a contract with Tegasor, even though he doesn't like it or not. So basically, whoever the Sentai rings choose to wear its power, the Tegasaur has no choice but to make the ring makes a contact with the Tegasaur, and the Tegasaur will have to make that contact if he want to or not. So basically, like Messin Sinnoh explain how the Sentai rings work to the other rangers and whatnot. So basically, like Kenjin. Kenjin felt like it felt like we should pair up some about felt like me to cheer up some somehow. And basically, the landlady, Hal's landlady and her son came into the cafe, and basically the son said that there's a festival going on, and basically he figured that oh, Kenton said we can use this festival to get some to cheer up some and basically. So basically, they went to the festival, and basically, like Kenton, sent some a message about the festival and whatnot. And so basically, before that happened, we see Riku outside the cafe trying to contact someone, and basically no answer. So basically, she like ever since she heard about the person with good eyes, so basically, ever since he heard the story about Satsumi, about Ino's sister Odo being kidnapped by a man with gray eyes, he started to freak out. And basically, it seems like he does know the person. He seems like he does know the person with the gray eyes who kidnapped Odo again. So basically, seems like he's been trying to call him and basically ain't no answer. So anyway, so basically we all got how and Kitten went to the festival dressed up in their katas, but turns out that the people who was running the festival got one off by a monster, by a festival monster, and therefore it's like hey, the festival monster said that who can make this festival a better a better who could challenge the Rangers to say who can make this festival even better than before. So basically, like the way, so basically, it seems like Kenshin took the challenge and basically, like with the help of the other Rangers, tried to make the festival better with more boosts of food and whatnot. But the festival monsters want some help from Mr. Shiny Knife and Miss Sweet Cake's food booth were even better than the Rangers food booth. And out of nowhere, we see Ryoka disappear out of nowhere after once the festival master got the lead on the Rangers and whatnot. So basically, we just disappear out of thin air, not really helping the other Rangers and whatnot. So basically, we see Riku in a slump about what about the person that about instead of what happened to some his sister Odo, and basically he started to have a flashback about the person with the gray eyes that he started to have a flashback of the person that believed you know, of the person with the gray eyes that he knew as a kid and whatnot. So basically, back he was starting out singing and whatnot. So basically, he does he does know who the person. He does know about the person with the gray eye. He does know that person who took older sister again, and he had not said anything to the other rangers or also about the person. Like I know the person who got his I know the person who kidnapped your sister, etc. He is. he had not told the other Rangers about this and whatnot. So anyway, so basically, Miss Bouquet was, Miss Bouquet was at the festival, passing out flyers and whatnot, and basically, Bouquet was like, hey, Miss Bouquet, like, hey, will you let the, basically was kind of asking him out, but we could was such in a conflict about was such in a bad conflict with himself. He's like, no, I can't enjoy the festival with you. And basically, after Miss Bouquet got turned down, she went back to the headquarters, disappointed that she got turned down by Rico and whatnot. So anyway, Wyoga showed up with the festival people, and basically he decided to join his own festival based off the Tegasword. And basically, so basically he had so basically he decided to list out the festival people that the festival master took over from the festival people, and basically they started their own festival based off the Tegasword. And basically all the people started to enjoy the Tegasword festival than the Monsters festival instead. So anyway, so basically, and that's what Fire Cannon is saying, like, all right, and enough of these funs and games. Let's take out these Rangers once and for all. But Go to Roots is mine. So basically, the Festival Monster was like, all right, yeah, let's go. So basically, the Festival Monster and the Footers got serious and started to attack the Rangers. But so did came to the festival, talk to Kenjin and whatnot, and said, saying this is the most, something he did came to the festival, when Ryoga showed up again, and started the Pegasus Festival. She did show up, and basically, she was having a good time and whatnot. So anyway, the Rangers. So basically, the festival master, Miss Sweetcake, and Mister Shiny Knife and Fire Candle started to attack the Rangers, and the Rangers started to fight against the Bridles and whatnot. So anyway, so basically the rest of the Rangers were fighting the foot soldiers. Machina was fighting against Miss Sweetcake and Mister Shiny Knife, and and Hal was fighting against Fire Candle. So basically, it led to a giant mecha fight between Fire Candle Mecha, and basically once once Firecaner got into his Firecaner mecha, the Sync Changer ring started to glow and something she can O. So basically, it's something that she can O Megazord or Mecha, and basically it was an evil version of the Shikino Mecha, and basically and it started the fight against Hal and the Tegasword. We all routed all the people at the festival to cheer on the Tegasword and Hal, and basically the power of the people cheering for the Tegazord and how gave the Tegazord the power to turn to take control over the so basically, the cheer of the people at the festival gave the Texans the power to take control of the Shinkin Mecca, and basically with the power of the Shinkin Mecca and the Texans, they was able to defeat Fire Candle's Mecca, but Fire Candle still has the Shinkin ring and whatnot. And also, he did use the Google 5 when summoning the Google 5, laser bird cannon thing, before he on the Rangers and whatnot. So basically, he did use the Google 5 he did used to go five. He did used to go five. Sentai ring on the Rangers before he started the mecha fight between him and the Texas and how and whatnot. So anyway, with the help of the people and Chinkano, they was able to force how to they was able to force Falcon they was able to destroy Falcon's mecha and force Falcon to retreat, but he still had the Shinken. He still had to Shinken the ring. He still had to Shinken the ring and whatnot. So anyway, so basically everybody could continue enjoying the festival and whatnot. So anyway, later, so basically later back at the cafe, you're like, or so basically the other one is like, hey, have you found your sister? Did you find the great man yet? And who took your sister again? He's like, no, but I will find him again and get my sister back, and and also get that chick kingdom ring back from from Fire Candle, etc. etc. So basically, son Eno promised, promised to get to get her sister back from the Great I Man again, to get her sister back from the Great I Man, and also get back the Shinkansen ring that Bison stole for Odo as well. So basically, but I did enjoy the Tegasword Festival, so it did cheer me up a bit. So anyway, seems like seems like some was was in like was in a good mood and and more determined ever to find her sister again and find the great man. And that's when we cut to Riku. Riku was like wondering about about his friend Ray on the rooftop, and like, why are you doing this? Doing this, and basically this how the episode ended with with Riku, the Blue Ranger, wondering why why would he kid why would you kidnap why would you kidnap why would you kidnap Odo in the first place, and basically like on top of a building rooftop, and basically this is how the episode ended on this note. So anyway, so basically pretty much this episode sets up that that Riku does know who the Great Island is, but he doesn't but he doesn't know for sure that that he's the actual kidnapper. So basically, he's like he's trying to give his friend Ray the doubt that he is the grand man who kidnapped Otto. Goes Unicorn's sister and whatnot. So basically, it's like he doesn't want to the reason why he doesn't want to tell her yet because he's not 100% sure that Ray is behind kidnapping, Gojo Unicorn's sister. So basically, he wants to be 100% sure before he tells her and the others about Ray and whatnot. And basically, this was a good episode, and basically we got some conflict with Riku, the Blue Ranger, about should he tell truth about his friend Ray being the Great High Man behind kidnapping his sister, because he doesn't know that for sure and whatnot. So anyway, this was a good episode. Anyway, what do you guys think about this latest episode of Go Use It? Good, bad, or just okay? Please let me know with the comments below. Anyway, sign off from Screen Reviews 1.